All right, welcome to episode 23 of my Southampton Career Mode. In this episode, we are starting the January transfer window. So we have about 13 million in the bank to spend currently. I've put a few players up for sale, and one of those players is Ryan Bertrand because unfortunately he is starting to regress. I definitely think I want to move him on and bring in a replacement for him this window. But to do that, I'm gonna have to sell some players. Players that I have listed are Harrison Reed, Elianusi, Sims, Bertrand Armstrong, Eskeith, and Shane Long. So that should be able to bring in like 20 million at least if I sold maybe like 4 of those players. And if we're able to do that, then we can bring in a left back to replace Bertrand. I think my number one choice is going to be Matthias Oliveira, because at 23 and he does have a release clause of 58, but it says I can offer 22 to 27 to sign him. So if I can do that, that will be the number one choice. I also have Jose Guy on here, kind of pricey though. And then Jamal Lewis from Norwich, who would be like 20, but again, he has a release clause. And then I think the backup option is going to be Danny Rose. It doesn't seem like he would be that expensive. For our backup striking options, Carlin Grant is a player we could look to sign. He would be very cheap. And then also I have Sigurdsson and Mata listed also. I am kind of looking for a backup cam, but that's not the most important position we need to reinforce. So our first game of the episode is an FA Cup game against Huddersfield. I think I'm going to have the second team play this game and I'm going to sim it. I do want to get January over with in a decent amount of time. So second team facing Huddersfield. We should be able to beat them. Our second team is not as good as our first, but I think they're better than Huddersfield. And Joe Bryan scores in the 32nd minute. Coming up on 65 minutes played, still 1-0. 10 minutes left. Can we close the game out? And we can. It's a 1-0 win against Huddersfield. We move on in the FA Cup. All right, so we have 2 loan offers for a youth prospect, Charles Harris. I'm just gonna accept both of them. Hopefully he goes out on loan. And then we have Obafemi coming back from Stoke City and Jake Vokins, who I have no idea who that is. Now we have another loan offer for another youth prospect. Hopefully these guys can actually go out on loan. All right, so we are in the semifinals of the Carabao Cup, and the semifinals are 2 legs. This is the home leg and this is the away leg, and I'm not going to play both of these, so I think I'm going to sim this home leg and play the away reverse fixture. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. I'm going to put up my first team, play against them. Hopefully we can get a decent result at home. I'd like to win the Carabao Cup to get our first trophy. And Højbjerg starts us off with a goal in the 2nd minute. 45 minutes played, still 1-0. 70 minutes played, still nothing. This might end in a 1-0 draw. Adams comes off the bench and scores our second. That is a 2-0 win, and that is a good way to go into the second leg. All right, so finally we get a transfer offer, but is for Stuart Armstrong from Sevilla for 7-1. I'm going to see if I can get a little more for him. All right, so they accept 11 million right off the bat. Probably could have got a little more now that I think about it, but 11 million for a player that has not played this season cannot be bad, and we need the money right now to replace Bertrand. All right, so we have a transfer offer for Romeu now, which he has not played that much this season, but I do like having him off the bench. He's my best like natural CDM. But I think if they can offer more than like 13 or something like that, I might be enticed to sell him. So let's try 14. See what they say to that. Well, they didn't go up much. Let's try 13.5. They go up to 10.7. I do like Romeu. This is not an easy decision, but we do need the money, and he has not really played that much. All right, but I don't want to sell him for 12, or they don't want to buy him for 12. I think I might as well keep him for now. All right, so the first game that we're going to play this episode is at home versus Liverpool. We just played them last month and we beat them 3-1, so we're playing them again. Currently tied with City and they're in third. We've really closed the gap between 5th and 4th. So if we could find our way into, into 4th, that would be a huge success. Hopefully we can repeat what we did to them. I have Djenepo starting over Rashica. I'm curious to see how Djenepo does starting in a game like this. Let's see if we can have a repeat and beat Liverpool at home.
Hello from the south coast of England. Welcome to St Mary's. My name is Derek.
Alright, so Liverpool is definitely going to be looking for revenge this game.
Southampton taking on Liverpool.
Yeah, really looking forward to
I've
this.
thought about changing the sliders, but that was really our first episode where we won 3 games in a row.
And here's how it looks for Southampton.
So I think more games need to be played, but we're already on Ultimate, so I'm not sure how much harder I can make it without it becoming just not fun to play. But we will see.
Liverpool, the highly rated Brazilian Alisson begins between the posts.
Nepo's onside.
Plays with Sadio Mane out wide, and the idea is to have he must
Ward Prowse
and he's fired it again.
gets onto that and hits the, I think, the post. That was very close to being a very fast goal.
I thought he was in, to be honest with you, but not.
Lots of room, just like last game that we played Liverpool.
Good-looking sequence.
Nepo was just taken out in the box. There is no way that is not a penalty. But in FIFA, it's not, I guess.
Interception.
Frazier is on the run.
Space afforded him.
Still going.
Well, that's how to do it. Inside
Tried to turn
the
back. Wijnaldum gets the tackle in.
referee's verdict. Over it comes. Well, and a strong tackle.
Oh, that is a good tackle by their defense. Into Salah.
And a goal it is. The
And
opener
Liverpool
is
take the lead.
Keep it tight.
Salah has had way too much room. And they take advantage of it.
Keeper's got no chance. It's all about.
It was a good strike by Salah, and now
Liverpool in front.
we are 1-0 down.
Beautifully weighted ball.
Wijnaldum's in the box, cuts it in,
Fairly easy save for
Thankfully-
the keeper to make.
cut out by my defender.
With James Ward-Prowse.
Ings does have the strength.
Refereeing advantage in operation.
I think that's going to be off Van Dijk.
Got the last touch. That'll be a corner.
See what we can do from this corner.
Firing it into the area.
I cannot remember the last time we scored from a corner. It is sad.
Arangis. Bertrand.
Oh, if that ball went to Ings, he could have just passed it to Frazier.
For his team.
That would have been perfect.
Liverpool have hardly had the.
Follow the situation. Let's go to Alan McAnally for news of a goal in the Everton match. Alan.
Bertrand has room. I'm just going to cross this in.
Cheers again, Alan.
Looked like a decent cross.
Flattered away. Ryan Fraser.
Into Ings. Oh, and Ings misses it. He's onside and he misses.
Well, what a chance for an equaliser, Derek. At this level, you don't get many chances.
That is a tight angle, but he has been scoring from that specific angle. So honestly, I expected a goal there.
It's with Musa Djenepo.
Almost halftime. We have room out here with Djenepo.
2 additional minutes are in order.
Into Ward-Prowse. That is not the pass I wanted to do. It looks like we're going to be going to halftime 1-0 down. And we are.
Origi.
Man, Bertrand has been getting torched
Others to play it
by
to.
Salah this game. That is a good through ball into Gomes. Back to Henderson with a terrible shot.
Averted. Mane.
Mane still has it.
Robertson. In towards Salah.
Crossed it in. Bertrand gets that out.
And scope for them to produce something
Henderson just dribbling through my defense. It was a very bad tackle I made, but still. And I can't get the ball out.
more difficult for your opponent than that.
Finally we do. See if we can go on a counter attack. Frazier, can he get away from the defenders? Looks like he can. Oh, I should have cut to the right. I tried going near post. Tried going near post and Allison saves it. I'm gonna go short with this one since our corners are terrible. Do Klosterman. An awkward looking clearance, but nothing for us. Mane is on the run. This is a game where the wingers are taking control. Mane gets past Gineppo, I believe. Good tackle by him, though. Ings' fitness wasn't 100%, and I think I can really feel it. So I think I'm going to bring on Rashica for him at the striker position. And then I'm going to bring on Valerie for Bertrand and flip them. That is an outside the box finish shot from Fabinho. And it goes in the net. That was a very good goal by Fabinho. I don't think Karius could have done anything to save that. Yeah, there's no saving that at all. Oh, we are down 2 goals with like 20 minutes to go. What is that? Just the same spot as Fabinho. Literally the same spot. And Naby Keita does a replica goal of Fabinho's. That looks like it's even farther out, and there's no way Karius is saving that either. Well, I think this game is unfortunately over. Well, Liverpool have got their revenge. We beat them 3-1 at home, and they are going to beat us by at least 3 goals. Looks like we are not going to even get a consolation goal in this game. Gonna be 3-0. Tough loss. But Liverpool are one of the best teams in the league, and it's not that much of a shock. So a youth player is loaned out. That's good to see. After that loss, we're only 3 points away from 4th still, so it's not the worst of results. So we get a transfer offer for Bertrand from Hoffenheim. Gonna see if I can get a little more for him. About 14. I don't want to be too greedy with this one. 11.7. Let's try like 12. Do 12.3. 5. Is it 12.5? He is 31 and going down, so I don't think I'm gonna be able to get much money for him. But 12.5 is not bad. So Stuart Armstrong has been sold. All right, so next game of the episode is another tough one. We are facing Manchester United away from home. They're in 9th. We are 7 points above them. We've dropped to 7th, but if we can win this game, we'll go back to 6th and we'll be still 2 and 3 points away from 5th and 4th. So this is an important game. We need to win this or we're gonna lose our position in the league. All right, so I'm having Valerie playing right back and starting Klosterman at left back. See if this may be something we can do. Because Klosterman is not left-footed, but he can play left back. Let's see if we can take down Manchester United at Old Trafford.
And welcome everyone to England's northwest. The action soon to get underway.
All right, Manchester United. I don't think we've had a good result at Old Trafford yet in this series. I feel like every time we come here, we either draw or lose. So it would be nice to change that. That is a good shot by Jesse Lingard. Karius saves it. Was not expecting a shot like that outside the box. And we cannot defend the corner, and Jonathan Tah puts it in for Manchester United's first goal of the game. I'm not sure why Frazier is like the first man out there.
Before you know it, it's in
Definitely should be someone a little bit taller.
Back underway in this game.
But we are down 1-0
With the advantage.
for the second time
Room now on the
this episode.
Well, the pass not finding
We're having a lot of trouble passing. Manchester United is putting on a lot of pressure on us.
Rashford. Marcus Rashford. Rashford can be problematic.
Rashford dribbles past my defense.
Having to take on the shot.
Good shot.
Got it home.
But it's saved. And what kind of pass is that? Gives him right back the ball. Lingard gets tackled in the box.
Wins the ball.
We are not playing well at all. We cannot find anything at all.
Danny Ings.
Every time I get in the box, I get tackled.
Line for what will be a throw.
Back to Fraser.
Well, just couldn't
And I can't get it back to Aranguiz, unfortunately. This feels like I'm playing a different game compared to last episode. Manchester United's players are playing so quick.
There'll be a minimum
It looks
of
like we're
2
going to be going into halftime. Down 1 goal.
here with it.
Maybe one last run and
He was
then
attending, bad pass.
maybe not. We go into the halftime at
For the first
1-0.
time here, a zero position.
Every time Ings gets the ball, Ta is there to tackle him. He's tackled Ings every single time.
You've certainly got to give this man high marks for his work up to this point, Lee.
well, Derek,
There's a low cross into Rashford. This literally feels like a different game I'm playing.
well, Derek, it was a good delivery into the box.
The CPU was not doing this last episode.
Simply don't react quickly enough.
I'm not sure. I have not changed one setting at all. I have not updated the game. Nothing has changed. I guess this is how
Here with it.
FIFA goes sometimes.
And don't forget, we have more Premier League action coming up for you on EA TV. Ward-Prowse. And showing fine vision.
Gets it out to Fraser. Almost gets tackled.
To say the
Goes for the shot and it's wide.
Nice body shape. Look what he's doing.
Very close to hitting Ings in the head. That is our first shot of the game, I believe. I'm going to bring on Gineppo for Fraser. He has not had the best of games.
rather well. Looks on. And the counter-attack came.
Jonathan Tah with another tackle.
Massa.
I was waiting for my wingers to get some room, but just no one can make a run. This has been another very, very poor game. Ings is coming off for Adams and Lamina is coming on for Højbjerg. Doesn't seem like
And my goodness,
we're gonna come out of this game with any points. We just cannot do anything
sloppy in possession.
at all in our attack.
Surely.
Gineppo gets a shot off, but saved by De Gea. But this game is going to be a loss. This is a very tough loss because we're going to drop to 7th. And we're going to be behind 5th and 6th by like at least 6 points.
And the referee blows
So not a good loss. Alright, so we drop to 7th. And we are 5 points away from 5th and 6 points away from 4th. So not a very good 2 games this episode. So Bertrand has been sold. Till we bring in a replacement. Valerie is going to play right back and Klosterman is going to play left back. So we have 31 million in our transfer budget. I think our 2 options are either going to be Srirachi or Oliveira, and then maybe Danny Rose as a last resort if we can't sign any of them, because I think Jose Guy is just going to be too much money. So let's try and go for Oliveira. Let's see if we can get him for less than his release clause. So we have 31. I'm not even sure this is going to be enough. I'm going to try 27. See what they say to that. And 27 is enough, apparently. I was expecting having to pay a lot more than that. Let's try Srirachi. Let's see what we can get. See what they want for him. Let's try 19. Let's just try his value, 19.5. And they accept that as well. So no negotiating at all having to be done. So we can either sign Oliveira or Srirachi. I mean, looking at their stats, Srirachi is an overall point higher and a year younger, and he's faster and also 1 point better in defending. He's also got better dribbling. I think Srirachi looks like the better choice out of these two. His stats just look a little bit more well-rounded, and he's cheaper. 27 compared to 19 and a half. That's a pretty big difference. But I think it's gonna be Srirachi if we can agree to contract terms. All right, so he wants 33,500 per week, a signing bonus of 300k, which is not that much at all. I think we're gonna sign him. He's gonna be our new first team left back at only 22. I think that is a really good signing. It's a very good deal. So unfortunately, Oliveira is not going to be signed. So currently we are back down to about 10 million in our transfer budget. If we sell another player, we could maybe have another signing this window. So Srirachi comes in to be our left back. He looks pretty good. He's 5'8", which is maybe not the best of heights considering how many goals I leak in from headers, but he looks like a very good left back nonetheless. So our next game is against Everton at home. They are one spot behind us. I think I'm going to sim this game. I don't want to sim too many games, but I also want to get through this season. I do want to get through this season relatively quickly. I don't want the season to drag on too long. So I think I'm going to simulate this game because it's a home game. Hopefully we can still bring out a win. Frazier scores in the 4th minute. That is very nice. 40 minutes played almost, and still 1-0. Well, we desperately need to win. As I say that, Iwobi scores in the 59th minute. 80 minutes played. Can we get a last minute winner? And we can not. It's a 1-1 draw against Everton. Not a good result, but if we want to get through this season, we're gonna have to sim games. So these guys want to take Harrison Reed on loan. I want to sell him, so I'm gonna reject that. And then another offer for Elyounoussi. See if I can get just a tiny bit more. I won't be as greedy as last time. You know what? I'm not gonna even chance it. 13.5. He has not played at all this season. So with that draw, we are now 7 points behind 5th, which, I mean, it's not good, but it could be worse. We're still in the same spot we finished last season. Our next game is an FA Cup game against Oxford United. It's at home, so I'm gonna sim this game as well. A lot of simulated games this episode. Hoping that we can come out with a win. We should against a team like this. Redmond scores in the 27th minute. Bentaleb gets our second. We are up 2-0. This should be the game. 80 minutes played. Redmond gets his second. This game looks done. We win 3-0. Alright, so this is the second leg of the Carabao Cup semifinals, and we are currently up 2 goals on aggregate. So I think I'm gonna sim this game. Hopefully we can go through. If not, that would be very embarrassing. Playing my first team, and Frazier scores in the 6th minute. That is good to see. That puts me at ease, because if we would have simmed this game and lost it, that would have been very embarrassing. Say about 60 minutes played. Still 1-0 to us. Maupay scores in the 70th minute, but probably won't do anything for them as we beat Brighton and we move on to the final of the Carabao Cup. So we are actually in our first final. So this is where I'm going to end the episode. We're very close to the deadline day. So we are going to be playing Leicester in the Carabao Cup final. It's not the easiest of opponents, but it's definitely not the worst. We could have got like Arsenal, City, or one of them. But this is how I'm going to end it. We have 10 million currently in the transfer budget, but we have players waiting to be sold. They're negotiating contracts with their new teams. So if Elyounoussi deal goes through, that would be 13.5 million to us, probably 10 million in our budget. And then we'd have 20 million-ish to spend. I'm not sure which position we should look to bolster, if any. Or should we just save the money and use it next season? Because I do plan to do a 3rd season after this one's over, but I think I'm going to do another team in between that. At least that's what my plan is for now, but that could change. But this is going to be the end of this episode. If you guys enjoyed, leave a like, comment, subscribe. But I will catch you guys in the next one, and I hope you all have a great day.